In the vast expanse of the Orion Arm, humanity's first interstellar fleet didn't look like much. The ships were angular and utilitarian, their hulls bearing the scars of micrometeorite impacts and stellar radiation. To the great powers of the galaxy, they appeared primitive, almost laughably so. Maya Chen knew better. Standing at the quantum engineering station aboard the EFS's Archimedes, she watched the holographic display shimmer with data that would have made those smug alien observers choke on their derision. The primitive hull plating contained billions of quantum-entangled particles, carefully arranged in patterns that defied conventional physics. To most scanning technology, it looked like simple titanium steel alloy. In reality, it was humanity's greatest deception. Status report on the quantum matrix, Dr. Chen. Captain Sarah Hudson's voice carried the weight of command, but Maya detected the underlying tension. They were about to make first contact with the Halixian Empire, known throughout the galaxy for their technological superiority and aggressive expansion. Matrix is stable, Captain. All quantum nodes are synchronized and running silent. Maya's fingers danced across the holographic interface, making minute adjustments to the field harmonics. As far as their sensors are concerned, we're just another backward species stumbling into the galactic community. The bridge crew maintained their professional composure, but Maya noticed the subtle signs of pride in their bearing. For 3 decades, Earth had prepared for this moment. While other species raced to build bigger ships and more powerful weapons, humanity had taken a different approach. Under the guidance of the United Earth Defense Council, they had developed technology that worked with the fabric of reality itself. The Halixian battlecruiser that appeared on their long-range sensors was everything their intelligence suggested, a masterpiece of conventional engineering. Its crystalline hull gleamed with artificial starlight, its weapon ports bristling with enough firepower to reduce a small moon to rubble. The vessel was easily 5 times the size of the Archimedes. Incoming transmission. Communications Officer Jack Torres announced. They're laughing, Captain. The universal translator is picking up multiple voices expressing amusement at our ship's configuration. Captain Hudson's lips curved in a slight smile. By all means, put them through. Let's not disappoint our audience. The holographic display flickered to life, revealing the crystalline features of a Halixian commander. Their faceted eyes gleamed with barely concealed contempt. Earth vessel, this is Commander Zixtal of the Halixian Empire. Your presence has been noted in Imperial space. You will power down your primitive engines and prepare for inspection. Maya watched the quantum readings spike slightly as the Halixian ship's scanning beams washed over their hull. The deception held perfectly. Their advanced sensors detected exactly what Earth wanted them to see. Outdated fusion drives, basic shield technology, and weapon systems that would have been considered obsolete by galactic standards centuries ago. Commander, Captain Hudson replied with carefully measured deference, we apologize for any territorial transgression. We are but a simple exploration vessel, seeking peaceful contact with advanced civilizations such as yours. The Halixians' crystalline features shifted in what their xenologists had identified as an expression of smug superiority. Your species shows promise in accepting its proper place in the galaxy. You will be granted protectorate status under the Empire. Resistance would be unfortunate. Maya's hand hovered over the quantum matrix controls. One command would reveal the true nature of Earth's technology. But that wasn't the plan. Not yet. Humanity had spent too long preparing. Too long maintaining this facade of technological inferiority. The time would come, but for now, they needed to play their part. We are honored by your generous offer, Commander, Hudson replied, her voice carrying just the right note of awe and submission. We will comply with all Imperial protocols. As the transmission ended, Maya studied the readings from the quantum matrix. The Halixians hadn't detected even a hint of the true technology hidden within the Archimedes systems. Like so many others, they saw what they expected to see, a primitive species making its first stumbling steps into the galaxy. They didn't realize that Earth's apparent technological backwardness was the result of careful planning and brilliant engineering. Every outdated system on their ships was a carefully crafted facade, hiding quantum-based technology that operated on principles the Halixian Empire hadn't even theorized yet. "Well done, everyone," Captain Hudson addressed her crew. "Phase 1 is complete. The Halixians have taken the bait. Now we wait for them to make their next move." She turned to Maya. "Dr. Chen, maintain quantum silence. Let them think they're dealing with simple fusion drives and chemical thrusters. The longer they underestimate us, the better our position when the time comes." Maya nodded, making another subtle adjustment to the quantum field. Somewhere in the vast databanks of the Archimedes, a message was being composed, transmitted through quantum-entangled particles back to Earth. The Halixian Empire, like so many others, had fallen for humanity's greatest deception. They thought they were dealing with primitive newcomers to the galactic stage. They would learn their mistakes soon enough. But for now, the facade had to be maintained. Earth's fleet would continue to be mocked, continue to be underestimated, and when the time came to reveal the truth, the galaxy would learn that humanity's greatest strength wasn't in the technology they displayed, but in their ability to think several steps ahead of their opponents. 3 months into Earth's protectorate status, the Halixian Empire's contempt had only grown. Their ships now regularly patrolled Earth's solar system, their crystalline vessels glittering like artificial constellations against the void. To their sensors, humanity's fleet remained a collection of primitive vessels barely worthy of notice. Deep within Ganymede Station, Maya Chen stood before the assembled Earth Defense Council, her quantum interface projecting a holographic display of the latest Halixian patrol movements. The massive underground chamber, carved into the heart of Jupiter's largest moon, represented humanity's true technological achievement, a facility that the Halixians' most advanced sensors couldn't detect. "The Empire is growing bolder," she reported, highlighting several patrol routes that ventured increasingly closer to Earth's quantum research facilities. "They're conducting deep scans of our orbital installations, looking for signs of technological advancement. So far, the quantum masking has held perfectly. They see exactly what we want them to see." Admiral Marcus Torres, Jack's father, and the architect of Earth's strategic deception, leaned forward in his chair. "And the new quantum fold drives." Maya allowed herself a small smile, ready for implementation across the fleet. "The Halixians still think we're struggling with basic fusion technology, but we can now shift entire battle groups through quantum space instantly. No conventional sensors can track the movement. They'll never see us coming." The council chamber hummed with suppressed excitement. For 30 years, humanity had maintained this elaborate deception, presenting themselves as technological primitives while secretly developing quantum technology that transcended conventional physics. The Halixians, like the other major powers, had never questioned their own technological superiority. A priority alert flashed across Maya's quantum interface. Her heart rate spiked as she processed the information. "Council members, we have a situation. The Halixian command ship Crystalline Dominance has just executed an FTL jump into high Earth orbit. They're demanding immediate audience with Earth's leadership." Admiral Torres's expression hardened. "They're testing us, seeing how we react under pressure. Maya, you'll need to join the diplomatic team. Keep the quantum masking active at all costs." The meeting with the Halixians took place in what appeared to be a primitive conference room in Geneva. Maya stood behind Earth's diplomatic delegation, monitoring the quantum fields through augmented reality contacts that made her look like she was simply taking notes on a tablet. Supreme Commander Zixtel's crystalline form towered over the human delegates, faceted eyes gleaming with predatory intent. "Your species has had sufficient time to appreciate the benefits of imperial protection. Now you will share your resources with the Empire. Our sensors indicate significant deposits of quantum reactive materials in your solar system." Maya's fingers tightened on her tablet. The Halixians had detected the quantum reactive materials, but they still hadn't realized humanity was already using them. The Empire thought they were claiming resources from primitives, resources they believed humans couldn't possibly understand how to use. "We are honored to contribute to the Empire's greatness," Earth's chief diplomat replied smoothly, following the carefully scripted response. "However, we will need time to develop the necessary mining capabilities." Time. Zixtal's crystalline features shifted in what xenologists recognized as amusement. "Your primitive mining techniques are irrelevant. Imperial harvester fleets will arrive within 1 standard month. They will extract what we require." The quantum readings on Maya's display spiked suddenly. Something was wrong. The Helixian commander's personal shields were operating on a frequency that threatened to interfere with the quantum masking field. If the frequency shifted just slightly, Maya executed a series of rapid calculations through her quantum interface, adjusting the masking field in real time. The Helixian's sensors flickered for a moment, and Maya held her breath. But the deception held. "Of course, Supreme Commander," the diplomat continued smoothly, hiding any reaction to the near discovery. "We acknowledge the Empire's right to these resources." After the Helixians departed, Maya rushed to the quantum communications hub beneath Geneva. The harvester fleets posed a serious threat, not because of their military might, but because their specialized sensors might detect the quantum technology humanity had hidden throughout the solar system. "We need to accelerate the timeline," she told Admiral Torres through the quantum-entangled comlink. "Once those harvester fleets arrive, maintaining the deception will become exponentially more difficult." "Agreed," Torres replied. "How soon can the quantum fold drives be combat-ready?" Maya pulled up the technical specifications, processing the data streams. 2 weeks at best. We'll need to synchronize the quantum fields across the entire fleet without the Helixians detecting the energy signatures." "Do it," Torres ordered. "And Maya, we only get one chance at this. If we show our hand too soon..." She understood the implications. Earth's strategy relied on revealing their true technological capabilities at precisely the right moment. Too soon, and the Helixians would have time to adapt. Too late, and the harvesters would discover their deception anyway. As Maya worked through the night, coordinating with quantum engineering teams across the solar system, she could feel the weight of humanity's future on her shoulders. The Helixians thought they were dealing with primitive beings who would quietly submit to imperial authority. Soon, they would learn that humanity's apparent technological backwardness was the result of careful planning and brilliant engineering. Every outdated system on their ships was a carefully crafted facade, hiding quantum-based technology that operated on principles the Helixian Empire couldn't even comprehend. The time for deception was coming to an end, and when the truth was finally revealed, the galaxy would learn that underestimating humanity had been their greatest mistake. The quantum fold drive hummed beneath Maya's feet as the ESS Archimedes hung in the shadow of Saturn's rings. On her quantum interface display, she watched the approaching signatures of the Helixian harvester fleet, 12 massive ships that looked like crystalline mountains drifting through space. Behind them, 3 Imperial battle cruisers provided escort, their weapon systems powered but inactive. They weren't expecting any resistance from the primitive humans. "All ships reporting quantum synchronization complete," Maya reported to Captain Hudson. "The entire fleet is ready for fold operations." She didn't need to mention that their fleet remained invisible to conventional sensors, hidden by the quantum masking technology that had fooled the galaxy for so long. "Very well." Hudson's voice was calm, but Maya could detect the underlying tension. "Begin Operation Revelation. Let's show the Empire exactly what they've been mocking." Maya's fingers danced across the quantum interface, initiating the carefully planned sequence. Throughout the solar system, humanity's primitive fleet was about to demonstrate technology that the Helixian Empire had deemed impossible. The first sign that something was wrong came when the harvester fleet's sensors detected a quantum disturbance near Jupiter. Before they could analyze the readings, 50 Earth ships simply appeared around them, emerging from quantum space in a perfect sphere formation. The vessels still looked primitive and ungainly, but they had achieved a tactical positioning that should have been impossible with their supposed level of technology. Halixian Harvester Fleet, this is Captain Sarah Hudson of the Earth Defense Force. Hudson's voice carried across space, transmitted on frequencies the Empire couldn't ignore. You are in violation of sovereign human space. Withdraw immediately. Maya watched the quantum readings as the Halixian ship's energy signatures spiked in what could only be surprise. Their sensors were frantically scanning the Earth vessels, still detecting only primitive technology. The disparity between what they were seeing and what had just happened was causing confusion in their ranks. Supreme Commander Zixtal's voice crackled over the comm, their crystalline tones sharp with anger. This primitive deception will not save you. Your vessels are no match for Imperial technology. Stand down, or be destroyed. You're right about one thing, Commander, Hudson replied. This is about deception. She nodded to Maya. Show them. With a series of precise commands, Maya deactivated the quantum masking fields across the entire fleet. The energy signatures that bloomed on the Halixian sensors told a very different story about Earth's technological capabilities. Where they had detected primitive fusion drives, quantum reactors now pulsed with power. What had appeared to be basic shield generators revealed themselves as quantum field manipulators, far beyond anything the Empire had achieved. The Halixian ships immediately opened fire, their energy weapons lashing out with enough power to vaporize small moons. But humanity had spent decades preparing for this moment. The quantum field manipulators didn't just block the attacks. They absorbed the energy, feeding it back into the ship's systems. All ships, execute quantum fold pattern alpha, Hudson ordered. Maya felt the familiar sensation of reality shifting as the quantum drive engaged. The Earth fleet vanished, reappearing at predetermined points around the Halixian formation. Each position had been calculated to exploit weaknesses in Imperial shield configurations that humanity had spent months studying. The battle that followed was unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen. Earth's ships moved through quantum space with precision that made traditional combat tactics obsolete. The Halixians found themselves fighting an enemy that could appear anywhere, strike from impossible angles, and vanish before their weapons could lock on. Maya coordinated the quantum field harmonics across the fleet, enabling ships to share power and resources through quantum entanglement. When a Halixian battlecruiser concentrated fire on one Earth vessel, the energy was distributed across 50 quantum-linked shields. What should have been a killing blow barely registered as a power fluctuation. Their flight ship is attempting to broadcast a distress signal, communications reported. Quantum interference is blocking transmission. Captain Hudson's expression remained focused. Maintain quantum jamming. We can't let the Empire know what they're dealing with. Not yet. She turned to Maya. Status of the Harvester Fleet. Their engines are disabled, Maya reported, studying the quantum readings. We've contained them without causing significant damage. The Empire's pride might be wounded, but they haven't lost any ships. That had been part of the plan too. Earth didn't want to destroy the Halixian ships. They wanted to demonstrate that they could have, had they chosen to. The psychological impact would be far greater than any military victory. Supreme Commander Zixtal's voice came over the comm again, but the arrogance had been replaced by something approaching respect. How long have you possessed this technology? Longer than you've been watching us, Commander, Hudson replied. Every primitive system you mocked, every technological weakness you detected, was carefully crafted to deceive. Humanity hasn't been struggling to catch up to the Empire. We've been waiting to show you how far behind you actually are. The quantum readings showed the Halixian ships powering down their weapons. They had finally realized the truth. They weren't dealing with primitives who had gotten lucky. They were facing an enemy that had orchestrated every moment of their interaction, using the Empire's own arrogance against them. Maya allowed herself a small smile as she monitored the quantum field harmonics. The deception had worked perfectly. Earth had revealed its true capabilities in a way that would make the Halixian Empire, and the rest of the galaxy, think very carefully about their assumptions regarding humanity. The real question was, what would happen next? The galaxy's power structure had just been upended, and humanity's quantum technology had rewritten the rules of what was possible. As Maya watched the Helixian ships begin their supervised withdrawal from the solar system, she knew that this was only the beginning. The age of deception was over. The age of human innovation was about to begin. News of humanity's quantum technology spread through the galaxy like a shockwave. The Helixian Empire's humiliation at Saturn became the subject of intense discussion in every major power's war council. But Maya Chen knew the real crisis was just beginning. Standing in the Quantum Command Center beneath Ganymede Station, she watched as reports flooded in through quantum-entangled communications networks. The Helixians are mobilizing their entire fleet, Admiral Torres announced to the assembled Earth Defense Council. Not just battle groups, everything they have. Over 3,000 ships, including designs we've never seen before. Maya's quantum interface displayed the movement of Imperial forces across three-dimensional space. They're not just coming to punish Earth. They're coming because they're afraid. Our quantum technology threatens everything they believe about their place in the galaxy. The Imperial response had been predictable, even if its scale was unprecedented. The Helixians couldn't allow the existence of technology that made their entire military doctrine obsolete. Their only option was to crush humanity before other species began questioning the Empire's technological supremacy. How long do we have? Captain Hudson, recently promoted to fleet commander, asked. Maya ran the calculations through her quantum processors. 5 days at their maximum FTL speed. They're burning out their engines to get here faster. This isn't a tactical decision. It's panic. Good, Torres said, surprising several council members. They're playing right into our hands. Again. Maya understood. The Helixians still hadn't grasped the full implications of quantum technology. They thought they had seen everything at Saturn, but that had been a mere demonstration. The real power of humanity's innovation was about to be revealed. Over the next 4 days, Earth's quantum fleet expanded its influence throughout the solar system. Maya coordinated the deployment of quantum field generators at strategic points, creating an interconnected network that stretched from Mercury to the Kuiper Belt. To conventional sensors, it looked like humanity was fortifying traditional defensive positions. The truth was far more ambitious. On the 5th day, the Helixian Armada arrived. Their fleet emerged from FTL in a sphere formation around the solar system, their crystalline ships glittering like artificial stars. The formation was designed to prevent any possibility of escape through conventional means. Supreme Commander Zixtal's transmission reached every communication system in the solar system. Your deception ends today. The Empire will not tolerate the existence of quantum technology in the hands of lesser beings. Surrender now, and some of your species may be preserved to serve the Empire. Fleet Commander Hudson's response was transmitted from the bridge of the Archimedes. Commander Zixtal, I see you still haven't learned the most important lesson about humanity. We're always thinking several steps ahead. Maya initiated the quantum network with a single command. Across the solar system, hundreds of quantum field generators activated simultaneously. The space between the stars lit up with energy as reality itself responded to human ingenuity. The Helixian fleet's sensors detected the energy surge too late. Before they could react, the entire solar system vanished from normal space. Every planet, every ship, every quantum field generator had become part of something unprecedented. A solar system-wide quantum fold. Impossible. Zixtal's voice crackled with genuine fear. No technology could move an entire star system. That's your problem, Commander, Hudson replied calmly. You keep thinking in terms of what's possible with your technology. We stopped limiting ourselves that way a long time ago. The Earth Defense Fleet moved with perfect coordination through quantum space, striking at the confused Helixian ships from angles that shouldn't have existed. Maya's quantum network allowed human vessels to phase between normal space and quantum space at will, making them effectively untouchable by conventional weapons. But the true purpose of the system-wide quantum fold wasn't military. As the battle raged, Maya monitored the quantum readings that the Helixians couldn't detect. The massive energy field wasn't just moving the solar system, it was changing it in subtle but profound ways. Quantum transformation reaching critical threshold, Maya reported. The solar system is now permanently quantum-locked. No conventional FTL technology will be able to enter without our permission. The implications were staggering. Earth had just created the galaxy's first quantum fortress, an entire star system that could phase out of normal space at will. The Helixian Empire's greatest fleet had walked into a trap that made their superior numbers meaningless. As the battle continued, more of the Imperial ships began to retreat. Their weapons were useless against quantum-phase targets, and their sensors couldn't maintain lock-on vessels that existed in multiple states of reality simultaneously. The mighty Helixian armada was being defeated not by superior firepower, but by technology that fundamentally changed the rules of warfare. Maya watched through her quantum interface as the Empire's formations broke apart. Some ships fled immediately into FTL, while others continued to fire uselessly at targets they couldn't properly detect. Supreme Commander Zixtal's flagship remained, a final crystalline sentinel against the inevitable. "This isn't the end," Zixtal transmitted. "The Empire will not rest until this abomination is destroyed." "You're right about one thing," Hudson replied. "This isn't the end. It's a beginning. Humanity is offering the Empire a choice. Adapt to a new reality, or be left behind by it. The galaxy is changing, Commander. The only question is whether your people will change with it." As the remaining Helixian ships retreated, Maya began receiving quantum communications from unexpected sources. Other species, watching the battle through their own surveillance networks, were reaching out to Earth. Some offered alliance, others sought technology exchange, but all of them recognized the same truth. Humanity had just changed the fundamental balance of power in the galaxy. The age of imperial dominance was over. The quantum age, humanity's age, had begun. 1 year after the Battle of Sol System, Maya Chen stood in the newly constructed quantum assembly chamber on Mars, watching representatives from 30 alien species file into the crystalline dome. The architecture was a deliberate blend of styles. Helixian crystal tech merged with human quantum engineering, creating a structure that existed partially in quantum space. It was a physical symbol of how much the galaxy had changed. The Helixian Empire had not collapsed, as some had predicted. Instead, it had done something far more surprising. It had adapted. After centuries of technological stagnation, the Empire's encounter with human quantum technology had sparked a renaissance of innovation. Supreme Commander Zixtal, now serving as the Empire's chief ambassador to Earth, had been instrumental in this transformation. "The quantum harmonics are stable," Maya reported to Admiral Torres, who now served as Earth's representative to the newly formed Galactic Quantum Council. "The translation field is operating at full efficiency." The council chamber hummed with multiple species conversing in their native languages, each word perfectly translated through quantum-entangled particles. It was another human innovation that had helped bridge the gaps between civilizations. "Distinguished representatives," Torres addressed the assembly, his voice carrying clearly through the quantum field. 1 year ago, many of you watched as humanity revealed technology that changed your understanding of what was possible. Today, we take the next step forward together. Maya activated the central quantum display, projecting a holographic representation of the galaxy. Throughout the spiral arms, points of light indicated the locations of quantum fold generators, some human-built, others constructed through collaboration with former rival species. "The quantum network is nearly complete," she announced to the assembly. "Within 6 months, any member world will be able to establish instantaneous communications and transportation links with any other connected system. The age of limited FTL travel and delayed communications is ending." A Helixian representative, their crystalline form now incorporating subtle quantum technology, raised a faceted appendage. And what assurance do we have that humanity won't use this network to establish dominion over connected worlds, as the Empire once attempted? An excellent question, Torres replied. Maya, would you explain the fundamental principle of the network? Maya stepped forward, her quantum interface projecting relevant data streams. The network operates on what we call the quantum democracy protocol. No single species can control or disable it. Every connected world has an equal vote in its operation, and any attempt to subvert the network automatically triggers a system-wide shutdown. We designed it this way because humanity's goal isn't dominion, it's innovation. She gestured to the holographic display, highlighting the collaborative projects already underway. Multiple species working together have already discovered applications of quantum technology that humanity never considered. The Helixian crystal tech integration with quantum fields has opened up entirely new avenues of research. The Proxian's bioengineering combined with quantum manipulation is revolutionizing medicine. The assembly stirred with interest as Maya continued. This is what we've been working toward all along, not just advancing human technology, but creating an environment where all species can innovate together. The quantum network isn't just about transportation or communication. It's about breaking down the barriers between civilizations. As if to emphasize her point, a new alert appeared on her quantum interface. We're receiving a transmission from the exploratory vessel Quantum Pioneer. They've successfully established the first extragalactic quantum fold link. The nearby dwarf galaxies are now within reach. The announcement sent a wave of excitement through the assembly. The implications were staggering. Quantum technology had just made intergalactic travel possible. The boundaries of known space had expanded dramatically in just 1 year. Supreme Commander, now Ambassador, Zixtel rose to address the assembly. When we first encountered human vessels, we saw what we expected to see. Primitive technology that posed no threat to imperial dominance. We were wrong not just about their technology, but about the nature of dominance itself. True power lies not in controlling others, but in inspiring them to innovate. Maya watched as the former adversary continued. Humanity's greatest achievement wasn't developing quantum technology. It was knowing when and how to share it. They could have used their advantage to establish a new empire. Instead, they chose to create something greater, a galaxy united by the pursuit of knowledge. The assembly chamber resonated with approval. Representatives from species that had been bitter enemies months ago were now engaged in animated discussions about joint research projects and collaborative innovations. Admiral Torres turned to Maya with a slight smile. Did you ever imagine, when you were working on the quantum deception, that it would lead to this? Maya shook her head, watching the holographic display of the growing quantum network. We hoped to protect Earth, to ensure humanity's survival among the stars. But this, she gestured to the assembled representatives, to the quantum technology that now connected worlds and species that had once been divided by fear and suspicion. This is better than survival. This is evolution. As the Galactic Quantum Council continued its session, Maya's quantum interface registered new innovations being shared across the network every few minutes. Humanity had not just changed the galaxy's technology, they had changed how species thought about technology itself. The age of isolation and competition was giving way to an era of unprecedented collaboration. The galaxy had once laughed at Earth's fleet, never suspecting that humanity's greatest weapon wasn't the technology they had hidden. It was their vision of a future where innovation knew no boundaries, and knowledge flowed as freely as the quantum particles that now connected the stars. It was a future that had begun with deception, but would continue with truth. A future where the question wasn't who had the most advanced technology, but what wonders they could create together. The galaxy would never be the same. And that was exactly what humanity had been planning all along.